Hello there and welcome. In this episode, we're going to continue working on our trivia series. At this point, we have our main game flow. We can start a game, we can answer questions, and if we get a wrong answer, then we're going to lose a life, and if we lose all of our lives, then the game will be over. The last thing that we need to add into the game is a timer. So this will add another layer of challenge. It will require the player to think fast and answer the question as fast as possible. And if he's going to run out of time, then the question will be marked as wrong and he will lose his life and he will move to the next question. So in order to implement this timer, we're going to open our question manager. Inside, we're going to add a few fields related to the timer. So we're going to have a question time limit, we're going to have a float of the time remaining, and we're going to have a boolean to know if the timer is even running. I'm going to set the timer to 10 seconds, but of course you can make it longer, you can make it even less than that, and it will really make your game harder. You can even expand upon it. For example, you can give score to the player based on the time that he has left. So if he answers faster, then he's going to get more score, and if he answers with less time remaining, then he's going to get less score. We are not going to do this system, but if you really want to know how to do it, then just let me know in the comment section, and I'm going to add this functionality at the end of the series. At this point, it doesn't matter if he answers fast or before these 10 seconds, he will get the same score and he's not going to lose a life. Now we're going to add an update method into this question manager. And inside, we're going to check if the timer is running. If the timer is running, then we're going to decrease 1 second each second. And we will also check if the timer still has time. Otherwise, we're going to finish the question and move to the next question. So inside, we're going to simply reduce 1 unit each time, each second. And obviously we use delta time in order to make it consistent for all different frame rates, but it will simply reduce 1 second each time. It will reduce 1 unit from our timer. So we have 10 units and each second we're going to reduce 1 unit. It means that we have 10 seconds. And of course, if you want to make it more or less, you can change the value over here. Then after we reduce this value, we also want to update the UI so the player will see these seconds tick down. Then we're also going to check if the timer reached 0. And if it has, then we're going to call this timer expired method and we're going to basically end the question. Now we still don't have both of these methods. The next method is going to be start question timer. And this will basically trigger a new countdown. It will restart the counter. So we basically set the time remaining to the limit. And we also start the bool to know that we actually started the counter. Now we also want to generate this method, the timer expired method. So over here, So over here, we simply set this bool to be false and then we lose a life. So even if we did not answer wrong, it will still decrease 1 life because the timer was expired. And then we're simply going to load the next question. Now there is one thing that we need to add over here, and this is setting the question as answered, because we do this inside the submit answer method, but we are not even using this method because the timer is simply over and we don't submit an answer. So we're going to copy this thing and we're simply going to add it over here. The next thing we want to do is create this update timer UI method inside the UI manager. So we're going to open the UI manager and we're going to have a field, actually a reference to this timer UI. So public text Mesh Pro timer text, and then we're going to create a method named update timer UI. So it will be the exact one that we're using over here. So just make sure you have the same name. And inside, we're simply going to update the actual UI of our timer. So timer text. We're going to use this mat method seal. And we're going to receive this time left as an argument when we call this method. And what this thing does, it simply returns the smallest integer greater to or equal to f. It means that when this will actually run, it will be a float with a timer. It will be 10 seconds and then it will go to 1 because it's a float. But we don't want to see all of these decimal points. We just want to see the full numbers, 10, 9, 8. That's why we use this thing over here, and this will basically convert this float and it will show us the full integer. So now we update the UI using this method. The next thing we want to do is to actually create the UI. So we're going to save this entire script. Now we're going to open our game scene. And over here, we need to add a timer. So you need to decide where you want your timer to be. So we can see that our text view actually takes up this entire thing, but we usually are going to see it in the middle. So we can simply add a timer over here or maybe over here. So inside the background, we're going to add a new Text Mesh Pro. We're going to expand it, and then we're going to position it somewhere over here. Of course, you can decide the exact location for yourself. Also make sure that the text is not going to overlap it. Maybe you have a very long question, so just make sure that everything looks fine. And now we set the anchors as well, and this is where our counter is going to appear. We can see it over here, so let's say we have 10. This is very small, so let's position it in the middle. Let's also increase the font size, and we're also going to change the font to the one that we use in this entire project. We're going to change the color of it to this yellow. And we can even make it a bit smaller. Maybe this is a better place. Let's set it at the top over here. Let's just adjust the anchors. So now we have our timer over here. And of course, at the beginning, it will be empty or 0. But when we start a new question, then it will reset to 10, and then it's going to be reduced by 1 each second. So now we're going to rename this to timer text, and we're going to add this as a reference inside the UI manager. So we have it over here, timer text. We're going to drag the timer text so it can have a reference, and then the script can actually change the values. Now, although we created this start question timer method, we are never actually calling it. So we're going to copy this and we're going to call it in our load next question method. So when we start a new question, we're going to call it and basically start the timer as soon as we load a new question. So we save all of the scripts, and at this point, it should already work. Let's just move out back to the main scene, to the main menu, and start the game. So now if we start the game, we can see the timer at the top and the time runs out. If I answer a question, then it will reset the timer, it will move to the next question. But if I'm not fast enough and the timer is going to run out, I'm going to lose a life. So it will simply move to the next question, and it really forces the player to answer as fast as possible. So everything is working. That's all for this episode. In the next episode, we're going to start working on our game over screen. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you're still not subscribed. You can also leave a like, and I'll see you in the next episode.